Hello, hello, good afternoon. So we use applesauce, cinnamon, and 2 tablespoons of glue. I think it was 1 cup, and 2 tablespoons to mix this mixture up. Today, it's not cookies, obviously, with the glue. I made cinnamon ornaments. They smell really good. Um, and then I couldn't find the um, and then watch out for all the, look at all that cinnamon coming in the air. But I couldn't find the other attachment to my hand mixer, so I just had to, like the whisk thing, so I just had to use one. So that's what I had to do. And just make sure you're scraping the bowl a lot. This was something we did for our third tree because I was going to let the kids decorate and make these ornaments with me. They really enjoyed hanging them up. I will say they helped me like decorate some of the glitter glue, but it was a little messy. So I think next week we'll try to do some paper chains with them because maybe that would be a little more appropriate for their ages. This was just kind of a complicated thing, but they enjoyed decorating them, and we didn't have hanging them, and we didn't have ornaments for this tree anyway. So here's the next part coming up of this, of just a little bit more mixing. Oh, just look how disgusting my hands got in this. It's just so goofy. I'm glad I took my rings off. I keep having to add more cinnamon because they said you kind of want the dough on the quote quote dough on the drier side because if you don't, it won't like dry fast enough if you decide to bake them on low in the oven. And so I laid out some wax, not is it wax paper, and I will tell you, the one tip I have for you is put it in the fridge or freezer for a little bit because mine was just so sticky still. I don't know if I need to find a better recipe or if it was just me because the dough, you'll watch as I roll it out here. It like not just it rolled out fine. This was my grandma's rolling pin. It's super cool because it's glass in the middle with the wood handles. It's an antique. And I really love having it. But it rolls out fine. But then when I try to do the cookie cutting, you'll see it's kind of a bit of a catastrophe. I'm glad I didn't have the sound on this because I really just was like, ah! Mad the whole time I was doing it because it felt impossible to do. But again, if you're a fan of cinnamon, these smell so good. Pre-baked and then baked, either one. Like I swear it made when we hung them up, it made my TV room smell better today. But it's definitely a more than one day project. Like if you're wanting to do it Like, let's say you make the dough and bake it in the oven or have it sitting on your counter for a day, and then you get them out and decorate them a day, and then you have to let them dry, and then you can hang them like the next day. So give yourself at least 3 days time to make these because you will need it. It's not a short-term project. Yeah, see, like I tried to refold it over because I thought, oh, maybe I rolled the dough too thin because these are supposed to, but nope. Then I'm like, Lacey, this isn't working. Just re-roll it. So I'm making another ball, trying to re-roll it. I mean, that's one thing I'll tell you about cooking or baking is like, yes, you can follow a recipe, but if it's not working and you followed the recipe, you have to like think on your feet and try new things. It doesn't mean you failed. It just means maybe you don't have the secret tip that somebody didn't put in the recipe. Um, like for an apple pie, if you want the crust to stay up and not fall, my sister said put it in the fridge for a little bit. I never knew that tip, but apparently it's a trick of the trade. So if you don't know the tricks of the trade, you're going to have a little bit harder time than the average bear doing stuff. See, these ones aren't turning. Some of them turned out, and then I was using the spatula, and so the spatula was kind of bunching the ornaments up a little. So then I just used my finger. Like, see, as I get that one, it kind of turns into a gingerbread plop. But I use my finger to replace how it should look. And so that seemed to work out well for me. I'm just hoping these tips help you guys if you decide to make them. And if you don't, maybe you'll make salt dough ones. Like my sister's going to make those. I would, but I had already chose to make these. So maybe next year I'll try the salt dough ornaments. If hers turn out well, I'll be like, I'm doing that because then I'd at least have some success in it. But everything is about just trying it and, keep trying. As Daniel Tiger says, keep trying, you'll get better. If you don't have kids, I'm sorry, but it just gets stuck in my head. I hope you guys have been having a good Christmas holiday season so far. We've just been, honestly, it's been beautiful weather. This is like the first rainy day we've had in December. So 8 days in Washington, no rain. Woo! I mean, it is 8. Yeah. And so we've just been outside a lot. And today it was hard to make myself go on the walks in the rain. And I'm not afraid of it. I just didn't want to get cold and wet. And then I took the kids on a walk in the morning, and then we went and played outside today for at least 40 minutes, and they got all muddy, and then we went on a walk tonight. And so I'd say I did a good job, and that was successful. So one thing I think I said was put it in the fridge or freezer. I stopped in between this, and I plopped it in the freezer and paused it for a little bit because it needed to be a little bit chilled, and it worked way better. Well, not with that snow plop, not with that snowflake, but the other ones it really worked well to have it be in the freezer. I don't know if this is at the point where I put it in the freezer or if I had already done it. I didn't make many snowflakes because it was just a hard shape to make, but I tried to like make 3 of each, a star, tree. Something I wanted to point out here was like how sweet little Duke looks as I'm tying these. So Hudson's sitting at a table down below us and he's working on preschool. So I was just sitting watching him like he was doing a Zoom video with a literal teacher through the school district for his preschool. And look how Duke is. He's playing with those gingerbread men. Like, and I didn't get to see this because I was just tying the strings and I was talking to him, but I wasn't watching like his cute little actions or his cute little face. So I'd say, like, if you're playing with your kids, it's really cool to record some of your activities you do with them, which I never knew, because you get to see like what you might be missing because you're working with them. But at one point he's licking something. I have no idea what he was licking. But I really enjoyed seeing him move those little men around, and it made me excited to make him real gingerbread cookies this year. Um, and here I was showing you, we also have, I had to lick this because the like string was unraveling, but the bells. I bought these bells for like $2 at Target. They're like threshold bell 16 silver bells, and which I just love that song, Silver Bells, Silver Bells. Sorry for the horrible singing, but yeah, he's licking those ornaments. Oh my gosh. But I really, they were big enough to where they weren't too much of a chokeable, and the kids like jingling them around, but Duke's not at the age where he's gonna put it in his mouth. Hopefully not. I will watch him like a hawk. But so we are going to hang 16 of those on the tree, and then I didn't even count how many cinnamon ones. They are not perfect. They are homemade. This tree is in our TV room, and I wanted it to be the kids' tree. I wanted it to look homemade. And so if you're here for perfection, you are on the wrong channel, because we are about being homemade, and not everything, but I'm saying, like, for this tree, I'm not going to move my kids' ornaments into a perfect spot. This is just to build confidence and have fun with them. good work. Look at all these happy ornaments. I like how some little kids hang them right by each other, and that's just cute. As you can see, it has like the battery packs.
It's done.